We're back on Central Valley Talk. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm Mike Scott, joined now by, from the Better Business Bureau, the Assistant Director of Business Development.
Hi.
Liliya Rudan. How are you, Liliya?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for coming in today.
You're welcome.
What's happening down at the BBB?
Oh, right now we are observing a lot of scams happening pertaining to IRS.
It's that time of the year, isn't it?
Absolutely, tax and all of that. So there's a lot of IRS scams going around. So we just basically want to educate the consumer about what it is and how to prevent it.
Yeah. Are we seeing any new scams this year, or is it new twists on the old
New
scam?
twists
New
on the
twists.
old.
Okay.
Absolutely. So basically what's happening right now is consumers receive calls that caller ID picks up as IRS calls just because the scammers use spoofing mechanism to show up as IRS and that kind of stuff. So the caller, and again, the same thing, the callers call and demand money paid immediately with a prepaid card, or they ask for banking information, your credit card, your debit card information, saying if they don't pay, they'll have either local authorities or FBI come in and arrest them for...
Who falls for that? I mean...
Sadly, a lot of people, just because they use a lot of scare tactics when they do this, they have some of your information, therefore you think it's legitimate because they have your address, they have perhaps even your amounts of your previous refunds and that kind of stuff. So average consumer that has not seen anything about this before will fall for it, and some of them do pay, and some get those prepaid cards and load money on them.
Yeah, who at the IRS is going to say, we want you to pay with a prepaid card? That's ridiculous.
And that is absolutely right. The IRS actually warns the consumers that they will never initiate the contact via emails, texts, phone calls. They will send you an actual mail, like a letter stating what you need to do. So whenever they call and ask for personal information, that kind of stuff, that is definitely a scam, and just hang up. Or if you want to get the name and address, anything, you can, and just report it to BBB or FTC. So that's the way to go, but never give out your information and never load money on any prepaid cards.
Yeah, and again, just because it comes up on your phone that the call is from the IRS, don't believe that. Because like you said, there are programs they can use that they can say they're from anywhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They can be out of, actually, they can be in other countries, not even in the U.S., and however, the number will come up local.
Yeah. You know, I don't even answer my phone anymore. I just let it go to voicemail, and then I decide from there who I want to call back.
That's definitely an approach, absolutely.
They give up. They stop calling after a while when you don't answer. Yeah. So what other kind of scams are you seeing right now?
We have a lot of scams. We just passed Valentine's. There was a lot of online dating scams, puppy scams. But
what'd you call them? Puppy?
Oh, puppy scams. Yes, that's when scammers take pictures of adorable puppies they put online, and they pretend that they sell them, and because they have hardships or they need to move out of the states, and puppy needs homes.
Oh.
So yeah, the buyer will send money, wire money, and never receive the puppy. So that's pretty sad.
Well, I would want to hold the dog and see it before I sent money off somewhere.
Yes, well, they ask them to pay fees for transportation. The doggy got stuck at customs apparently, and that kind of stuff, needs more additional vaccinations. There's a lot of spins on these kind of scams.
You know what? Go to your local shelter. There are hundreds, thousands of dogs down there that need to be adopted.
Absolutely.
You don't need to send money out of state to... Anyway.
Yeah.
See, I solved that problem. Now, you were back to the taxes for a second.
Yes.
Are most of the tax preparers in town, are they affiliated with the BBB? Do they have your, what's the word, the recommendation or?
Being accredited.
Accredited, yes.
Accredited. We have quite a few businesses that are accredited with us, and that just means they pass background information, they've been properly vetted, they have all their licensing, so that kind of stuff. That means they're trustworthy. So we would advise the consumer to go to tax preparers that are accredited with us. However, those that are not does not mean they will not properly file taxes.
Right,
but
right.
there are definitely tips that we offer to consumers, something they should either avoid or look for when finding a tax preparer.
Do you have some of those with you?
Sure.
Okay.
First of all, we advise that the consumer asks around. For example, ask their friends or family members, who do you use and are you satisfied? That's just the best way. Or go to bbb.org and look up their business review and see what kind of great rating they have. If they have a huge volume of complaints, you want to stay away from that kind of service or business. So you also want to make sure that you they have credentials. So basically, you want to make sure they're a CPA, a tax attorney, or an agent with the companies, so they are allowed to do your tax returns. Definitely talk to them and explain your unique tax situation before you discuss a fee. Just so they know how much time they need to allocate to file it. Just because if you agree on a certain fee before they know what they need to do midway, they might want to hike up that fee because they need more time to do it. Make sure that you do not use someone who uses a fee base as a percentage of your return. Even though, for example, if you go to a tax preparer and they say, well, the payment method is, let's say it's 30% of your return, and you're thinking historically my returns were, I don't know, $700, so that should be okay. However, things change, laws change, your tax situations change, and you might be entitled to a higher return refund, and then all of a sudden you'll be paying that person a really big amount of money. And we actually had some calls come in about that, where the consumer was upset because the consumer didn't anticipate such a high return, and therefore the percentage was too high to pay to the tax preparer.
Well, that's all good advice.
Absolutely, yes. You can always go to bbb.org and check out tax preparer with
bbb.org.
Absolutely.
Check out the preparer list. All right, Liliya, anything else you want to mention before we sign off here?
Absolutely. Just wanted to also mention with the IRS scams, that's not just demanding money. Sometimes they use your social security number to file fraudulent returns. And one way to prevent it is to always be vigilant about your personal information. Make sure it's always secure. You want to shred your documents all the time. Anything important that you no longer need, always shred them. And we offer that service with our Secure ID Day events. Basically, we will have it in March. It'll be on 11th and March 21st. It'll be Saturdays. And what we do is we bring in on-site a professional shredding company. And consumers bring in their boxes with important documentation, and we shred them on site.
Okay. Where do you do that?
So I have a little flyer here. So on the March 14th, we'll have it in Clovis, Buchanan High School.
Buchanan?
Yes. So it's going to be a Saturday. It's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or until truck is full. And on March 21st, it'll be Fresno, in Lifestyle Furniture parking lot.
Is that Shaw and Blackstone?
Yes. I believe so, it is.
I think it is.
Yes.
Sure. Okay, but again, go to the BBB website.
Yes, or
for
call
all
us.
That information. Or call. What's your phone number?
800-675-8118.
Good. All right. Liliya, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Liliya Rudan from the Better Business Bureau. Lots of good advice today here on Central Valley Talk.